Hello, folks. This story was sent to me by a subscriber and is intended for educational purposes only. Thank you for watching. 4 or 5 grams magic mushrooms. When my couch became a portal to the disco dimension. It started as a normal Friday night. Me sitting on my beat-up couch, deciding to dive into 4.5 grams of magic mushrooms, because why not? I was ready for something chill, maybe a few laughs, and definitely some introspection. What I wasn't prepared for was my couch literally transforming into a portal to a disco dimension, complete with funky beats and glittering alien. I took the mushrooms, brewed some tea, and settled in, feeling the familiar warmth creep up my spine. Soon, the room started to breathe. The carpet beneath me pulsed like a heartbeat, and the walls stretched and folded like sheets of music paper. Then my couch, my humble throne of many lazy afternoons, began to shimmer and warp. Suddenly, it wasn't just a couch anymore. It was a spaceship, or maybe a dance floor, I couldn't tell. But it was definitely moving. I felt myself lifted and spun through a tunnel of neon lights and swirling colors, with a soundtrack that sounded like Earth's greatest disco hits remixed by aliens. At the tunnel's end, I landed in a vast disco hall, floating in space, lit by a gigantic glitter ball that shimmered with stars. Around me were beings of every shape and color imaginable. One looked like a neon pineapple with legs, another like a giant floating eyeball with a top hat. They waved at me and invited me to dance. I wasn't shy. I got up and found my groove immediately, my limbs moving in ways I didn't know were possible, syncing perfectly with the cosmic beats. Pineapple aliens spun me around and whispered in a language of shimmering lights and vibrations. Something like, "You have found the rhythm of the universe." I laughed because it felt true. Suddenly, the music slowed, and a figure approached. A disco ball with a human face. My couch, now fully sentient and sparkling. It spoke, "Welcome, traveler. You've been stuck sitting still for too long. Time to move, shake, and wake your soul." The couch then began teaching me dance moves that felt like life lessons disguised as funky choreography. One move was the letting go, which involved flailing wildly, but with intention, reminding me to release my anxieties. Another was the connection, where I linked hands with the pineapple and the eyeball, feeling a profound sense of unity and love that transcended words. At some point, a fog machine, real or imagined, who knows, filled the room with mist, and the scene shifted to a more intimate dance. I found myself face to face with a disco platypus that winked and said, "Balance is key. You walk on 2 worlds, the mundane and the mystical." I nodded, feeling like I finally understood what my couch was trying to tell me all along. Then, just as the beat dropped to an epic crescendo, the disco ball couch wrapped me up in a warm, glittering hug and said, "Remember this night when you feel stuck. Dance your way out." With that, the stars blurred, the tunnel reversed, and I gently fell back into my real couch, which had stopped pulsating but still smelled faintly of patchouli and stardust. The room was normal again, or maybe I was. I felt lighter, my worries dissipated, replaced by a goofy grin and an inexplicable urge to play some actual disco music. The next day, I found glitter stuck to my shirt, and a playlist called Disco Cosmos mysteriously saved on my phone. Was it all a trip? Absolutely. But the lesson was clear. Sometimes, you just need to let your couch take you to the disco dimension to remember how to truly dance through life.